Alright. New Stanley parable. I have no idea what's happening in the world of today.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Go down the stairs. Alright, I'll try. But I wanna...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I wanna go to here and then go through the red door. Alright, but I'll go down the stairs. But I do want to go through the red door at some point.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Where's everyone
Feeling
at?
a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No, I didn't. I walked downstairs. And under the stairs. And I lived here the rest of my life like a hobbit. I'm Bilbo Baggins. Alright, no, I'm not really Bilbo Baggins. Let's just not live on a car.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just he would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Right.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job, All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Me too.
My life is normal.
My life for ire.
I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Oh.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
I really like that music there. I really like that. But it's gonna load up again. And here I am.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
I think it was a painting. Do you want me to go to the meeting room?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Red door.
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic. Like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. Yeah. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little. This made him smile. At last, proof that he was human.
Excuse me?
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I didn't. I'm gonna go to the red door.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Incredibly,
Look,
your
Stanley,
face
I
is
think
not
perhaps
your
we've
butt.
gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really?
Yeah.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yes.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Red door.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think, well, I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Here?
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Can I stay here? You can't jump off the edge. It's an invisible wall. Let's see. Yes, it is worth buying. It's a super fun game. And it's so deep. Not like too deep for you kind of deep, but like there's just so much. And it like surprises you every time. Like this is crazy. This just doesn't make a bit of sense. Alright. I kinda don't want to leave this place, but
No, wait. Where are you going?
sorry. I kinda got bored.
Right. Where were we?
You just wanted to hang out here. We're not doing anything. We're not doing anything. I'm gonna go through here again. You can't jump off, Hunter. I don't like it in here.
Oh no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
What happens to the stairs? Oh look, it's got even redder.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Here? I like the pink. I like the pink. I can't jump off.
No. What did we talk about? You're risking everything we achieved here.
What did we achieve, dude? Tell me what we achieved. You tell me what we achieved. Yeah.
You heard me before, didn't you? You will die. What about this isn't getting through to you?
Well, then I have to face my own destiny, don't I, disembodied voice? I have to create the world around me. I'm not letting you do it anymore. So
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Is this what you want?
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
I can't open that. Oh. I don't like killing myself. I don't like the idea of jumping off ledges. Can't go through the other door. I'll go back out here. And maybe this... Are you happy now?
You are going to stay here, aren't you?
No. I gotta do things, man. Alright. Here it comes. I've gotta do it. I've gotta take a stand. So it was nice, but not that nice. I gotta see where I'm going.
No! Oh, thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, can we please get back to the other room?
Maybe. Have we done anything in this room yet?
There. See? This is what you want. This is where we can both be happy. We really can. If we stop moving, we just have to stop moving.
If I stop moving, will you do something? If I stop moving, I'll just talk to Twitch chat for a little bit. Hi, Twitch chat. Do you think if I stop moving, something will happen? Or do you want me to go jump off the stairs again? Because I'll do it. If you stop moving, your screen saver will activate. Hi, hello! Hello, jump. Hi, Josh, died. Jump pulls. Make a straw pull. I don't make a straw pull. If you stop moving, the government will stop again. Jump. I'm not seeing too many things for stop moving. So, I'm just gonna jump off. Hello, Gambit Man. I'm doing it. I'm just gonna keep jumping. I'm gonna keep jumping. Ain't no docking.
Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this.
No, you can't. You're not telling me to do anything.
No. What are you doing? Do you just not believe me? What can I say to convince you?
There's nothing happening in the other room. Gotta do something. Gotta do something. Here it goes again.
Stanley,
Feels good.
let's go back to the... My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
Yeah.
You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
I'll kill myself anyways if I just stay in that room.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it.
I don't
know
like
anymore.
this.
I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask.
This is fucked up. I don't like
It
doing
looks
this.
like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate this.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Ugh. Wow. That's heavy. That's heavy. Jesus Christ. Alright. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Not easy if I can just open that door. Alright. Screen on the left.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, I didn't. But
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. What a room, Stanley thought to himself. What a room, what a room, what a room. This is what Stanley thought. What a room. What a room, what a room. What a room. Va-va-voom. What a room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
I'll do that.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I forget what was down there. I went down the first time. Maybe I can go back. I can't go back. Sorry.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might find an aunt coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
You haven't done the escape next to the mind control room. Yes, I have. I think I've done everything in the Stanley parable.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Get to those crusher things and maybe hit escape. I don't think I can get back out there. No, I'm stuck here. Never completed this. You're right.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength?
When you go down the elevator, you get the confused ending. I think. Press the buttons in order from the start this time. Okay.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Maybe.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
3. Meanwhile, Josh's YouTube channel uploads NASCAR. Yeah? 4. And... yeah, go make sure you watch that after this. And 5 will be... over here, right? By the big door, I think. Yeah. 5. Can't press it. Doot 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 doot. Huh. Wish I knew where to go. I know where to go. But I wanted to say that I think this does more things in here. Like the buttons and stuff. Unless it's all supposed to be futile. After you do this, you get the same 2 endings no matter what you do. Alright. Well, let's
And when
just...
at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Well, let's turn it off and enjoy the good ending again, and then I'll end the stream. I gotta get ready. I gotta do some other things today, and I'll be back for the NLSS later, though. So let's get the good ending.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know.
Well, I'm sure there's...
It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I'm sure that there's plenty of game that I haven't seen yet. And I might stream it, you know, again someday. But I really enjoyed my time with the Stanley Parable so far. It's currently available on Steam today. It released October 17th, which is today. And I had a whole lot of fun hanging out with you guys. I don't think anything different is if I do anything here. So, just kind of seems to be hanging out. So this is it.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.